Welcome everyone to Hearts of Iron 2 Darkest Hour with Fallout Doomsday mod. And we were trying to clear out some of these wastelands. And as you saw, the She Empire event closed the bunkers. Now the Brotherhood of Steel, which is this little tiny faction right here with a ton of IC for their size. Fresno has 47 IC, which if you've played this game, you know is ridiculous for just one province. Well, these guys are basically kind of like a sect, and they have bases all over. They even got like a splinter group out here in Chicago, the Eastern Brotherhood of Steel. And these guys have bunkers all over, and you can close the bunkers for various different benefits, and also that will obviously hurt your relations with them quite a lot, which is bad in the beginning because they have some very, very tough troops. Once you upgrade your own army and you have a little bit of a better way to deal with them, then it's not that much of a problem. So it's going to be something that we're going to have to deal with eventually. Just the Brotherhood of Steel's very, very annoying army. And that was Flight Fury. So that was air power. So we can do the flight tests as well. For which we need someone that's got good aeronautics. And we don't have any tech team that actually has any aeronautics. So that's a bit of a problem. We're just going to assign Murak Airfield. And yeah. In the meantime, we're just trying to get our tanks up. And then we're going to have a bit of a wall against these annoying guys in Bishop. We could try to reach Carson City. Not really quite sure about it. We still have our fighters and attack helicopters, but they still can't do any actual ground attack missions. Okay, so now we have our tanks here. They're just going to be reinforcing and replenishing their organization. And now we are going to have a bit of a reinforcement problem, because we need to reinforce our guys after some of the fighting that they did. And then there's this guy. Also, obviously, a bit of a lag from all the things that are happening. This over here, El Centro, is the Glow. The Glow is a place where you can't go. Not at the beginning. If you try, there's bad things that happen. So just don't do it. Until you get technology that's called Radaway. And then you can obviously fight the extreme radiation that you have there. Economy, we need to scale down on the reinforcements. There's a ton of armies moving around on the map, so obviously it's going to be a little laggy. So let's try to attack Bishop. And let's see, we achieved success pretty easily, and we've wiped them out. Perfect. One thing about these guys, these Marauders, is that they're basically rebels. In Hearts of Iron 2, rebel units basically don't retreat. When you destroy them, they just dissolve. And so you can very, very easily clear out these areas of Wasteland with my armor division. Now, I'm going to be checking out a good target to go for. Fredonia has 7 victory points and 12 energy cells. So that would be a pretty decent province to take over. Also, Las Vegas has a victory point and 2 factories. So we're going to go for that, and then we're going to go for Fredonia. However, we are going to wait until the day to attack. That's something neat that you can do in Darkest Hour. You can delay the attack of a unit until it's daytime, so that you don't have that negative modifier towards attacking in nighttime. So we're gonna split things off. We're gonna have one part of the unit under this guy, go for Fredonia. We're gonna have another part fight. We're gonna see how they do. Not well. So we need to reinforce them, and we're gonna do that with this guy. So we need actually 3. We need actually 3 divisions to take them out, which is a problem. In the meantime, we're just gonna take over some free territory. So far, it's not It's not our territory. It's not our core territory. The way you see cores in this one is you go to the diplomatic map mode. These little like dots are where our core provinces are, called national provinces in this game. And so we need to take over the ones that are our cores, because they're obviously a little bit, they're going to be providing us with full resources and full industrial capacity. However, once we take over an entire state, so for example, we take over all of Nevada will become eventually our core. So, because essentially you're establishing your rule there, etc. We'll see if we can snipe Caliente from the White Legs tribe. And we have relations with the Mexican raiders. Yeah, every once in a while we're just raiding various different slaver factions, and the raiders are one of them. Let's see if we can find them. These guys. There's another faction in Mexico, that's the NROM. I'm guessing the New Reformed something Mexico? Something? I don't know. And both of these factions are medium in terms of actual strength, so they're nothing too bad to worry about. What we might have to worry about are these guys, Caesar's Legion. If they actually get big, they can be quite hard to deal with. So we're going to be checking that out. Now, this province, Tonopah, has an air base, which makes it quite good to take. So we're going to be wanting to keep our eyes on that. In the meantime, the hub is also taking over some provinces. We can just go in and take Needles, because I think all the units... I guess they're trying to retake their territories. And we were able to stop them in one of the provinces, but we weren't able to stop them in another one. So we're going to have the tank battalion come in and reinforce. And to do that, we need to adjust our economy a little bit, because we need reinforcements to come in for our units. In fact, we're going to have you go up to Needles. Labor Day. Today, as per ancient holidisk information, is a free workers' day. Life is hard in the Wasteland, so people need a holiday every now and then. So today, no one is working. The Gemma Gulp beer and Röntgen rum is flowing freely. In the slave market, in the slave-using nations, there are signs everywhere. Labor Day, holiday today. Don't let your slaves read this. As if slaves could read anything that anyway. Okay, so that's less stockpile and less national dissent. Happy day, workers. That's obviously because America does not understand what May Day is, and so they have a ridiculous holiday called Labor Day, which is interesting. So if anyone that's not from America plays this, they will not understand for a while. Secede Caliente to the country currently controlling it. Oh, really now? That makes it our own province, because normally that would be our occupied province, and that's even more malices, so that makes it our own province. And so basically whenever someone occupies it legally, it will still be ours, and so we can reclaim it at any time if we can just move troops in, whereas otherwise we'd have to take it in a peace deal, right? Because obviously the Marauders are just rebels. So we're gonna deploy the infantry battalion here in Stockton, because so that we can defend the area from all the whatever might be coming in from Sacramento. And ooh, looks like the hub is expanding, and they took Needles. That's extremely annoying, because that basically lengthens our supply line coming in from San Diego and Los Angeles through this one province, Visalia, and then coming in through Las Vegas. So basically our territory is now in a very, very weird shape. So we need to make sure that we either have very good relations with the hub, or we take them out. And we're going to take them out eventually, because we're sitting on Californian territory, San Bernardino especially. So if we want to one day have cores on all of California, we're going to have to take them out. And yeah. Now up here there's Kurtz's camp, and they're pretty bad. They're an oligarchy, and they are, I believe, a ghoul nation. There's the horror. There's various different types of society that you can have. Now, if we go to our social text, you can see that we are a society of pioneers and I believe humans. If we go to our unit text, you can see that there are mutants and then there's ghouls, which we accept, but there's also, I believe, robots as well. Somewhere is supposed to be also robots. Yeah, right. Ghoul race, mutant race, robot race, and spider race. So there's all these different types of races that you can be, and I believe these guys are ghouls. I believe, not sure. We have a Moorer company, and yeah, we're gonna go to that guy. This guy, because he needs a little bit of help. As you can see, there's a ton of them here. So we're going to want to defend ourselves against that. And out here, unfortunately, we still can't move our 4 garrisons in our capital. Oh, now there's, in Mexicali down here, there are some mutants, or, well, marauders in general. So we're going to do some strategic redeployment to Tijuana, because that is the only province that's boring it. We're also going to redeploy this guy from Las Vegas to Tijuana. Hopefully soon we'll have the technology required to actually do some ground attack, which is going to be at flight tests. That's just the guilds paying their membership. Very annoying. Unfortunately, there is a river between Fredonia and Tuba, so attacking there is probably not going to succeed. However, the tank battalion and Kingman can probably attack Prescott. Let's see, maybe. Oh, okay, so the Legion saw that we were attacking, and as you can see, there's a ton of Legion units coming in from the other side, so that will very easily destroy them, because attacking someone from multiple sides obviously gives you a massive advantage, and since we are an armor division, our speed is going to be much, much better than that infantry that the Legion is using. Our speed is 8, and for example, a normal infantry unit would be 3, so you can obviously see the superiority. Now, there's also the Vipers here, and the Vipers are a bunch of dicks. They're just essentially spider worshippers, I think, and they're humans, though, so their troops are usually very, very weak, and it looks like some of their units actually got surrounded in Santa Fe and Mora. Sorry for cough. That was probably very loud and probably extremely annoying. So we're going to have the Tank Battalion, which, by the way, earns some experience, which in Hearts of Iron 2 is much harder to obtain than in Hearts of Iron 4. So that's actually very nice. And, ooh. Okay, so these guys are moving out from their hiding spot and are trying, with the support of people from Nevada City, to break our lines. And they seem to have succeeded, which is a bit of a problem. Now the Tank Battalion will get reinforced, and once it's reinforced, we will send it up here to fight those guys, and soon enough, hopefully, our redeployment will be done. Looks like October the 8th for our advanced units and October the 10th for our other guys. Unfortunately, they're going to be redeploying with... damn it! They took Tijuana. Okay, so they're going to be going back to where they came from, which is going to be annoying because it's going to take forever. And in fact, I think it may have killed... Oh no, okay, good. At least it didn't kill our troops. That would have been extremely annoying. Let's see a better... Yeah, this guy. We're going to have this guy be part of the punishment squad. And then here, I think the 69th... The 69th Armored Infantry. No, you're going to be staying there. And Carson City has fallen to the despicable raiders. Obviously. There was a unit here. Oh, right. The guy here was retreating from Carson City. So, oops. But Tuba was left unguarded, which is the reason why I didn't redeploy the 69th Armored Infantry Regiment. And so we're going to see if we can 69 all over Tuba, which sounds very bad. The day it all started is the anniversary of the nuclear detonations. So as you can see, it's not that good, and damn it, Broken Hills. Broken Hills came in and took Tonopah, and that's not good. So we have flight tests, which makes that airfield province even more valuable to us, but unfortunately, yep, we got demolished. We could do advanced tests, but that is only going to increase the morale and the organization of our air units, which isn't really that important. Not yet at least. Could go for some land doctrines. No, a little bit too early. Robotics, we're not robots, so we can't do that. Sea power is not useful. Secret tech, we can't do anything. Industrial tech, what can we do here? Organic transport. Yeah, I think organic trade transport will be useful, at least right now. And then once we get to 2251, we're gonna switch over to mechanized trade transport, because that is gonna be better. Let's try to take out these guys. Nah, not really gonna happen. I want to prioritize this guy. You can prioritize a unit, and that will make it so the reinforcements will be coming in to him first, which is obviously quite important. Halloween. Yeah, there's a ton of events. And okay, so now they're fighting, so we're gonna wait until they are not defeated. Perfect. Okay, hold on. So we have a pretty strong force. Wow, this guy looks like a jolly fellow. We have a pretty strong force here, and we can take out the annoying ass raiders. In fact, we're gonna send in our air force to do some ground attacks, both day and night, and infinite mission time. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost, which is not something I was expecting. And that's a good opportunity. We could take Nevada City if we're quick enough. Okay, so now the 69th Regiment has arrived in Holbrook, and we're going to attack St. John's from two sides. Hopefully that will break these raiders. Nope. We might be able to kill some of their units. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so how are these guys in terms of... they're pretty low. Both in terms of organization and in terms of strength. So soon enough we'll be able to take them out. And unfortunately we need a ton of reinforcements. So we're going to dedicate most of our industrial capacity to that, because of all the fighting that's happening. Now, we don't want to lose too much of our air force, so we're going to stop those ground attacks. And we're going to wait until we have a full scale attack going against them. Frag grenades is going to be researched. That's attachment techs. So we are going to go for... could go for scout motorbikes. That would be quite useful. Just to help outfit some of our stuff, especially also because it leads to the buggy raiders, which is secret tech, really. Nah, it isn't. It's unit techs, right? Yeah, okay. And the buggy raiders are quite important because they're basically your first version of a mobile unit. So you want to have a few of them, just to snatch those provinces from enemies. And now I think... now. Still need some reinforcements to happen. Okay, perfect. Now we can move into Tijuana, because they abandoned it. And hopefully soon enough, they'll try to take Mexicali from Caesar's Legion, because I really don't want the Legion to have monopoly over our core provinces, because Mexicali is a core province of ours. Don't want them to have it. So we're going to wait for our infantry to come down, and we're going to continue our advance. Perfect. We also took Nevada City. Unfortunately, there are a ton of marauders basically everywhere, and so yeah, obviously, whenever they decide to come in, they are pretty much impossible to stop in such a number. And unfortunately, also here, now looks like the Caesar's Legion is moving back their troops from Mexicali, which is good. We are going to redeploy some troops over to our capital. And then we're going to use those troops to make an offensive against Carson City and Nevada City. Just leaving this guy down here. Perfect. Carson City also seems to be pretty empty. So once these guys are redeployed, which is going to be soon, December 29th, then we are going to be able to get that as well. And Moab is empty, so we're going to go for it. And we're going to arrive on Christmas Day, just in time for another event. And ooh, some wars. The Manitou tribes are down here, I believe. And it looks like their stuff is already kind of scattered. And there's a St. Petersburg in Florida, because why the hell not? Whereas the spiders are pretty united. So I'm guessing that the spiders will be doing quite well. And there goes the jingle bombs, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so unfortunately we don't really have the people to defend Moab, and oh damn it, Carson City was taken over by Broken Hills. I'm really starting to get mad at Broken Hills. They're just taking all my stuff. That's a problem. We're gonna redeploy you to Prescott because Prescott is gonna be a bit of a flashpoint. Actually, you move up and the other guy stays. And ooh, decision. Make advances to Hub. Hub, the biggest trading center in all the Wastelands. Merchants from all over the Wastelands go there, hoping to make their fortunes. You can buy and sell anything in the Hub. It lies directly on our borders. There are many in the NCR Assembly who feel we should create strong ties with such a major trading center so close by. Perhaps we could propose some agreement on common trading measures and laws to start with. Of course, it's in their best interest to adopt NCR trading measures. You can send a diplomatic party, say the time is not right. For now, we are not going to do it because we're kind of busy fighting them marauders. So in case a war breaks out from the decisions that we take, we kind of want to be ready for it. And that was organic trade transport excellence. So that was industrial tech. We could do... Nope, we're quite advanced in all these, which is, I guess, good. 2246, though, is at hand. So we can get some new types of different things, I believe. Light support guns. Yes, it's going to be quite useful. And then we have... Okay, good. Can we counterattack? Perfect. And now Las Vegas is our owned province, which is great. Coughing. Everybody loves it. And then we're going to take you two, move up, take you, move west. Because I want all my troops that don't have artillery to stay together. Because the artillery... Wait, no, it doesn't. Right, I'm still thinking in terms of normal Darkest Hour, where artillery is actually something that decreases your movement speed, but it doesn't look like on this mod it's that case. So yeah, I essentially wanted my all my troops of artillery to stay in one group, because once you group units up, they move at the pace of the slowest unit. So if I grouped up my mechanized division along with an infantry division, you'd be moving at the speed of an infantry division. So that's why normally you'd want in normal Darkest Hour to have your artillery guys, because artillery decreases speed by 1, to stay together, so that you don't slow down other units. But I guess it's not that important in this one. I would like to go for Bahia Tortugas, but unfortunately my division would probably get surrounded, although I guess there is a port. So I guess I could just unload supplies there. I do have some convoys, so that is a choice that I can make. In fact, I could even base my convoy. I don't have any transport ships. Well, that's a problem. We need a transport ship. Navy, we do have a transport ship. Fishing boats. Yeah, I want at least one. Unfortunately, all these are fighting ships, because just in case you get your units surrounded in a port, having a evacuation method is very, very important. Hold on, let me check my time. Must be getting close to the end. Yeah, a few more minutes and we're gonna be over. Hold on. Just gotta get back in the game. Might take forever. Okay. And yeah, we're gonna need to be waiting for this guy. This guy is taking forever. Like, he's being slow as hell to get to Prescott. Then we're gonna be able to destroy these guys in St. John's. Unfortunately, we also need to wait for him to replenish his organization. So now we also can go down here in Santa Rosalia. We can take all these different provinces. In fact, La Paz down here has some victory points for some strange and unknown reason. Ooh, looks like they got a revolt. Interesting. Now we're getting also some upgrades going, which is great. Lynette's NCR connection. Perfect. Vault City is up here. This guy, this blue person. Vault City is negotiating with our diplomats to forge ever closer ties. The NCR Council finds Vault City to be a decent wasteland power and a good potential ally, but there are significant differences in our two societies. Our intelligence service has become aware that Lynette, who is the leader of Vault City, forged what appears to be something of a more personal tie during her personal stay here in the NCR for a few years. It seems she spent a lot of time meeting with a man and continues to stay in touch with him. He is a caravan guard called Conqueror, probably an ex-ganger with a name like that. Probably an ex-ganger with a name like that. Yeah, okay. What should we do about Vault City's attempts to move closer to the NCR diplomatically? We could encourage closer relations, or we could stall these contacts. We're going to encourage closer relations. Now, they are quite powerful. They have a lot of industrial capacity, and essentially they're dicks. They have a bit of a thing where people who are born in Vault City are differently treated than people who aren't. Basically, everyone who lives in the Wasteland, they treat like shit. They're basically, think of them as subhumans. So yeah, because they all came from a vault. The ones who live in Vault City. And so they really kind of are racist towards people who were not in vaults. And will you be able to win? Maybe. Nope. You aren't able to win. That is just a shame. And it looks like some more marauders are coming in, and so we'll have to abandon Sacramento as well. And we're also catching up on the territory down here. And we've got a ton of money in reserve, so we're going to increase our intelligence funding to level 1. And I think we're going to end it right there. We made some advances towards pacifying the wastelands, but we still have a long ways to go. And we'll be continuing and hopefully ending this process and starting to confront some of the more organized powers of the wasteland in the next episode. I'll see you soon. Tell me what you think in the comments, obviously, and I hope you've enjoyed.